Next, we are going to see what is circular flow of income. Right, we know that it was after Keynesian economists, post Keynesian economists, they really gave importance to different sectors of the economy, not just a closed economy. They actually included a lot of different sectors into the circular flow of national income. So today we are going to see what is the circular flow of money and what all things are included. So circular flow of income is basically that how those goods and services are flowing from different economic agents. These are the four different economic agents or different sectors in the economy. That is household, we have producing sector, that is basically firm, we have government sector, we have rest of the world, that is we are dealing how when we are dealing with outside world. Right, so this flow of goods and services, how goods and services is flowing from household sector to producing sector, how government is involved in it, and how we are dealing with the goods and services being imported and exported with the rest of the world is also being considered under circular flow of national income. So circular flow of national income was first coined by Richard Cantillon, and after that Francis Kisney was the one who developed it in his Tableau Economique. Okay, so the names related to circular flow of income, all these names will be given, and they will be giving another name which is not at all related to circular flow and ask you to find out which one of the economists is not related to circular flow of income. Right, such questions can be expected from circular flow of national income. So we'll start with circular flow of national income in two sector model, which is basically a closed economy where there are only two economic agents, that is household and producers of firms. As like the arrow has indicated, there is 1 2 3 number has been given. We'll start with the number 1. As you can see, it's an ash color arrow that starts from household and ends up in producer or firm, which I think you might be already knowing this. Right, so from household, factor services are being provided to firms. Factor services, that is a real flow, which include land, labor, capital, all the factors of production are being provided by household to the producing sector. And you can see number 2, which shows that they are being paid back. Once the firms receive these factors of production, they pay back the household in the form of factor payment, that is money flow. Money will be paid when you we know what are the factor payments for different factors of production. Like land will have rent, right? Laborers are providing themselves, they will be provided back with payments like wages and salaries. Capital is being provided by household to the firms, which will in turn producers will be giving back them in the form of interest rate. Organization or entrepreneurship skills will be provided by households to the producer. In return, producers will be paying back. What will be they pay back? They will pay back uh, profit. Right, so real flow of factor production will happen, and in return factor payments, money flow, will be done by producers to the household. As you can see, the number 3, that is an ash arrow which goes from producers to the household. With these factors of production which has been provided by the household, goods and services will be produced by firm, which will be provided back to the household. Right, and to buy, and the fourth arrow which you can see, that is consumption expenditure. To buy those goods and services, household will have to pay money to the firms and get those goods and services. That's what we call consumption expenditure, which happens through money income. So this is basically whatever comes from household goes back to the household in the form of goods and services, or I mean, there is no leakage. No one is saving. There is no investment procedure or loans or financial institutions are not here. There is no leakage. There is no injection into the economy as well. This is a closed economy where government is not there going to tax household or producers. This is a closed economy where only two economic agents are there. This was the initial picturization of economy by classicals. Later on, when Keynes, we also have, after that they themselves understood that there will be some amount of money will be saved and some amount of money will be, there will be some amount of leakage from the economy in the form of saving and investment. So in the two sector model, they added the saving or financial system, which comes in the form of financial institution, that is basically bank. All other things remaining constant, like all other things remaining the same way that of the previous slide, financial institution is being added, right? Because there will be leakage in the form, they understood that there will be leakage in the form of savings, which can be converted into investment loans to the firm with those, right? So whatever we save, we are saving it in the bank, do they just keep it there? No, they just roll it out to the producers, so that they just give it as loans to the producers, so that producers can produce more goods and services. It's kind of a capital being given to them through banks, right? So they also understood that saving is a very important part of the economy and included financial system into the two sector model. Then we have three sector model, which was supported by Keynes, because Keynes was completely against the concept of laissez-faire. He said that governmental intervention is very much necessary, which brings us with the third sector, that is government sector, right? Government understood, so you can see the from the diagram itself, you can understand that household and producers, that blue arrow lines which goes from producers and households, they show that they are being taxed. The money goes to the government taxes the household and producers. In return, what does government do? For producers, government gives subsidies. You can see the green line coming to the producers in the left hand side, right? So they give subsidies in the form of electricity subsidy, some loans will be granted, any kind of subsidy will be provided to the producers. And how are these subsidies being given to the household? Through transfer payments. What do you basically mean by transfer payment? There is no economic activity happening in this transfer. There is just transfer of one fund from government sector to the household sector, like unemployment allowance, pension, any other social security scheme where you're not doing anything. There is a flood happening, compensations are being paid, where you're actually not doing anything but you are getting paid. So no real economic activity is not being done, and who is providing it? Government, right? So it's just kind of a subsidy which is being provided to the producers, but there is economic activity happening over there, but government providing household payments without doing any economic activity, just transfer of funds happening from one account to another, that is government account to household sector, we call it as transfer payment. This transfer payment actually is a very important part when it comes to national income. Is it included and excluded and all is one of the questions that you can expect. Who gives transfer payment? Does transfer payment allows economic activity? These are some of the areas which they have been asking questions from, right? And you can also see that even government spend on goods and services that is being produced by these firms, right? So there are these are some of the things that are happening in three sector model, which include government sector, right? Next, we are moving to the four sector model, where it is an open economy. That means rest of the world is being included. How is it being included? Through import and export. How is it related to the home economy? Right, it is related to the home economy. You can say that factor payment income, that is basically remittance coming from outside. You can see the green lines, factor payments, that some of them are working over there in US and they're sending back money to the household, that is net factor payments, right? Net transfer payments are also done, that is also a relation of rest of the world and household, like there is some kind of grants are being provided, right? Net transfer payment, where they are not really doing anything, gifts and grants are being provided by the rest of the world, where the real beneficiaries are household. right? Now, how is it related to the firm or producers? How is the rest of the world related to firm and producers? Of course, buying and selling of goods in the international market, that's what we call export and import. Right? When the producers import, they have to pay in form of import payments. Right? And when goods and services are sold or exported to the another country, so cash inflow or export receipts do come into the economy, which has been shown in the slide. That is only two additional things which is different from that of the earlier slides that we have shown. So four sector economy, which includes rest of the world through import and export. It is related to household, and rest of the world is also related to the producer and firm. Okay, and most of the transaction which happens through government or under government control. Right, so this is circular flow of national income in different sectors.